The reason why it's getting better is because we are introducing the product liability, where the producers are liable for the recycling. So it's cheaper for them if they put things on the market that is actually recyclable. Yeah.
What you're talking about is the extended producer responsibility scheme, which is expected to come out very, very soon.
Yeah.
One of these days. So, Mads?
Yeah, I think that's all great. I mean, that's super important, and especially the one around extended producer responsibility. I mean, it's going to be very important. But again, I mean, we are very much having a debate around the end here, right? What happens after the product has been used, right? And I think we have to really be clear on, if we don't get the first part solved, then we will have trouble. I mean, it's still allowed now to produce a printer, like many of us have at home, right? That lasts and is produced to last for only a few years, right? Cannot be repaired, is thrown out, right? Theoretically, you could still take that printer and put it into a shredder and then divide the parts and then actually reuse it. It would all be circular, right? But if you don't get it right in the first place, then we will just use endless amount of input, and we will just have an economy that continues to, yes, perhaps increasingly go in circles, but go faster and faster and faster, right? And I think that's the problem we are facing right now. We don't have the resource in the world. We don't have the planets to sustain that way of operating. So we do need that we step into that sphere. Super uncomfortable, difficult, because it's about do we need to consume all the things we consume? Yeah. But it's certainly also a sphere where we want companies to ask themselves, is the product that I produce, is that needed, right? Is it making the world a better place, or is it just because there's a market for it, right? There is a market for bottles at the moment, these bottles, right? In a country like Denmark, absolutely not needed, right? You can go into a tap anywhere, and if there was rules around it that you should have fountains where you could refill your, I would say, would we get a worse world, a worse Denmark, if we banned these in Denmark, or even in Europe, right? Where it's very few places in Europe you can't drink the tap water, right? So we have to ask ourselves, what is it that we are not seeing, right, when it comes to taking these steps that also has to do with reducing the streams upfront,